All right, just getting started here. Had to reboot. I'm a little bit behind the ball. Hopefully, here we are. Hopefully my environment cooperates today. It's not been going along as well as I would expect typically. Anywho, it's Tuesday. My name is Mike Bifulco. I am Director of Technology, Technical Director Technical of thegymnasium.com. I build and work with my team here to build gymnasium.com. It's an online code school. We give away completely free courses that we offer that you can sign up and take for free 24/7, self-paced courses that are all video based on user experience and design and some web technologies, JavaScript, WordPress, Drupal, Node, Bootstrap, you name it. We've got some really cool courses. We have a course on using Git and GitHub and HTML5 forms, which is really great to get down to basics of HTML5. In particular, if it's something you haven't dealt with, there's a lot new to the sort of web forms world since, I don't know, in the past few years. And this is a great course to get you into it or to give you a nice refresher if you need one. On today's stream, we're going to kind of have a bit of a cornucopia of things, a potpourri of things, I think, because last week on stream we did mostly completed a task that I had been working on, which was a jobs module that we built as a React app on an API that was set up for us to consume. So we did all of that goodness. And let me update my title today. Small projects. Perfect. With a question mark even. Today I'm going to be working on a few small things. Some administrivia, so to say, that has been bugging me about consistency on the site. There are a couple little things I want to knock off my list of to-dos, and then if I'm feeling a little saucy, we might get into playing with something new, which I think would be a lot of fun. So, with that being said, let's dive into it. Let me pull up the chat here. Sorry, I keep looking this way because I've got another monitor over there, but I know you can see me there. And this is probably a bit far. There we go, let's try that. I have got, and I actually don't even need that. So, let's talk about some of the things that I wanted to work on today. So, I've got a list of tasks that I'm meaning to knock out in concert with all the other things I'm doing. One of which is actually relatively simple and has to. Oh man. No, actually, I should be able to do this on stream. Let's. So I'm pulling up my dev instance, which should be fired up here now, and. Oh, this is going to get really confusing. No, it's not. Oh, right, because this is looking at a different version. Okay, so this is a performance improvement bit. Up until actually relatively recently, Gymnasium's homepage and header here, which we call the hero section of the webpage, featured a static image that we updated sort of once in a while. We didn't have too many regular marketing campaigns going at the time, and because of that, there is actually a lingering artifact on the site from the old homepage hero from before we had any of this stuff. So I think if I actually go in and start, well, there's an iframe here. If I delete this, no, that didn't do it. If I delete this, how best to show this? What I'm getting at is there's an image that gets loaded on the page with every homepage load that we don't use and you never see anymore, and it's actually a relatively large image. And so, in an effort to better, to make the site more efficient and to not force you to load things you will never see anyway, I'd like to get rid of it. So, if Chrome will cooperate, I will attempt to search for it in here. I believe it is a JPEG or PNG. This This might be it. No, that's tracking goodness. Okay, so let's just pull up the source and I'll walk you through it. So if I go to index.html under our theme, we will see we've got our hero in the markup, which is this section class equals home. We render the hero from CMS at the moment. And what's happening is, I believe in the SAS for this section, which is this tan area right now, there's an image being injected with a CSS background image property. So we're going to get rid of that. First, before I do that, I should switch branches, or create a new branch. We're going to call it, all these old branches, I need to go and get rid of some of those at some point. We're going to say feature, remove old header image. Maybe not a feature, we'll call it a bug. That's a bug. So now I've got a fresh branch to work on. We're going to look for, in my SAS files, probably in home, we're going to look for this URL bit. Oh, well, we're going to search this directory. Find in folder. URL. Okay. Homepage background image. Images, marketing campaign, homepage graphic.png. I believe this will actually do it, but we should see if that's used anywhere. That's important. Home, background image, homepage background image. Lovely. And that would be .home. Sorry, let me go back to the markup. Which is just what I was talking about. So section class equals home, corresponds to this home. And if I remove this, that will simply never be included on that page. I believe I can also, I should probably just comment this out. Because we may use that in the future one day, but at least by not having it in that rule, I believe it'll mean that my SAS is a little simpler, or my CSS is simpler once the SAS compiles. And that's it. That should be it. I can check again which URLs we're pointing to in my SAS. We do get some typefaces. There is... Yeah, that's it. Okay, so I can make it... Yes, yeah. All of this is just loading font files. Great, okay, so I will set this going in the background, although it doesn't really matter. That's really all there is to it to get rid of that SAS. And I can show you, if I pull up that section class equals home, you can see that it had a background image that was being loaded, which was localhost 8000 static gymnasium images marketing campaign homepage graphic.png. It's been overridden by this, but if I unoverride it, the rule should have taken over. But apparently, my something I'm doing here, likely my injection of external content, or maybe something, whatever it is confusing the Chrome DevTools enough that it's not really showing me what would happen. But the whole point of that exercise was to get rid of this. Now that we've got that done, I can create a commit for it. I can say remove references to old homepage background image. And like so. And provided this doesn't crash, these warnings are not abnormal, that should be good. So I'm going to publish that. And, oh, I published to the wrong remote origin, please. I don't know if there's a way to make this the default. Apparently not. Okay, so that's that. And then I guess I can show this in another tab. I've got my tracker. Ooh, excuse me. I've got my tracker here. JIRA that we use. Wow. Okay, that didn't go well. JIRA, wow, look at that. Okay, well, everything's turning all topwise on me. anyway, that was that. We'll move that over to in testing since it's done. Lots of this stuff is also in flight, and some of these are small bugs that I think we can take care of on stream here. Oh, this was one actually. I came across this one in our backlog, and this is pertinent to what we were just doing, so we can actually work on this. So I'm going to bring this to in progress. Basically, we have some of our jobs are served for cities in Australia, and when we do that, I shouldn't take this off the screen so quickly. When we do that, the URL that we create needs to point to aquint.com.au rather than aquint.com because that's where those jobs are located. So that's easy enough to fix, and that's actually some logic that we can put in the app we were working on last week, which is this guy, the jobs module. And it should be right inside of this job listing here, where we create a generate URL for job. It's just gonna, oh my goodness, my computer is very unhappy with us right now. Okay, so we need to determine the market for a given job. If it's in, okay. So we're going to pass in a market to this component. And when we pass in the market, basically we're going to use that to determine whether it's in Australian URL. So we're going to say const base URL equals this. And here we will say Australian job links require us to point to aquint.com.au. If market, and actually we might do, so, okay. We're going to put some condition here, change base URL to Australian. Right. Actually, if I'm being really clever about this, all I need to do is this suffix here at the top level domain, which I think I will do. So we'll say, this is going to say aquint dot, and instead of base URL, we're going to call it top level domain. Or a TLD, you may have heard the term. And this one is going to be just com. And this one will be, well, it'll confuse me if this is not .com. I'm certain of that. So it'll be .com and .com.au / find work. Wonderful. We do, so let me just unbreak that for the time being. We are going to have to figure out what logic goes in there. And just as well, when I create a job listing, we're gonna we'll do that. We can pass these all in specifically, and that's great. So we now have a market in here. We should see what that market object looks like. Ooh, let me check chat because I haven't been thinking about that. Okay. So we're going to come back in here. We will drop in a debugger, and then from this page, I've got it loaded into its own tab. We're going to refresh, and we'll see what the market comes in as. It may come in as an ID or full market. Market equals undefined. Okay, what do we do? This dot state. Oh, I see. Okay, so let's start with if market. Then we'll drop a debugger in here. That'll make my life easier for the time being. Whoa, it never has a market. Huh. I should leave some more comments in here. Okay. It's funny that I left these using that syntax. Yeah, okay. How's it possible? What I don't understand currently is why there's no market listed in there in the object. So let's use our React. That's not what I wanted. Let's use our React DevTools briefly. We'll grab one of these. Our job listing was passed. Oh, they do have markets. Eventually. Why did I not get? I'm finding myself confused. Okay. Well, here's what we're going to do. So first we have to check to see if there's a market. And an ID is set. If that's set, then we're going to create a switch, which we'll use to create this top level domain. And actually, okay, so let's go look at my constants, and we're going to find our Australian cities. Melbourne, Sydney, that might be it. 36 and 39. So that should be good enough to actually make this change. there is a... There we go. So now what should happen is... I believe I should get into this breakpoint now. No, somehow. Oh, interesting. I know exactly what's going on. This is funny. Okay, so I had made my job listing as a functional class. Oh, bummer. I just saw Andrew's chat. Yeah, the stream might not be going well. Twitch is acting extremely funny right now. I will echo that. I'm getting some odd things on my end. I just thought it might have been just me. This is a functional class, and I need to convert it to, or a functional component. I need to convert it to a class component. So I'm going to do so. And we're going to say class job listing extends component. It is a simple one, but this is a necessary job here, I believe. Although I suppose I could complicate it, but we're going to say actually, oh, no, I didn't need to do any of this. Sorry, stepping back a bit. I did not need to do that. What I need to do is pass in the prop that I want here. And that should do it. Okay, it's going to complain. We will call it out specifically. So clean up my code here a bit. Prop type market is not required. Let's see, what did it have? It has an ID and a name and chords. Actually, come to think of it, I only need this because that's all I'm referencing. Okay. If all goes well, I should now hit this debugger. Great. If market, we got a market. We can do all the things. Okay, so I'm going to take the debugger out, and we should be able to show the fruits of my labor here when this page refreshes. So we can see this still says .com. And if I change this to Melbourne, Melbourne, as it were, we now have aquint.com.au/findwork. And that's the gist of this bug. That's all I needed to fix. I should check Sydney as well. I think that may be the only 2 cities we have in Australia that we serve in Australia. I know there are more, obviously, than that. Yeah, cool. And fixes for other markets will be similar. Although, ideally, looking at this now and after seeing some of the code, what I wish I had done was choose a better index for this dictionary. So this should have been Atlanta, and then all the information about Atlanta, et cetera, so that in my code it would have had more semantic meaning to say case markets.Sydney, case markets.Melbourne here, which would have been more easily understandable by me. But there's always time and room. Well, there's always room for refactoring, but not always necessary to do it. There's not always necessarily time, especially when you're trying to get something out the door. This is still relatively maintainable. So with that said, I'm going to commit this code now. And this shouldn't have any debuggers or anything funky in it. Yeah, great. Okay, so update or use aquint.com.au URLs for jobs. And actually, what I really should do is click on one of these and make sure it actually works. And indeed it did. That's kind of an important detail. Sweet. Digital marketing coordinator, same, wonderful. We can commit this code as tested. We can push it. We can open a pull request and get that done as well. And I can open the pull request on stream here. We've done this before, but always fun to see. Per Jimx Jimx is the prefix we use to track bugs. It was number 390. Assign myself to this. Ooh, sorry about that. Sounded wonderful. Bug just flew in front of me. You know how it goes. Sorry, guys. Okay. Open this pull request, which means if I pull over Heroku, we should see that review app in Prague, which, why not? Let's create one. Ooh, a review app is already being created. Killing it. Let's view the log. We can go and test this stuff. Actually, I can send the link to chat, Andrew, and you can go check it out. This will only take a minute. Oh, and okay, we're gonna do another quick pull request after this for something that should be updated for safety's sakery. That is, I can explain while we wait. React recently released a patch, an update, whatever, to the released version of React, which patches a potential bug that has some serious performance implications. So, let's copy this link. I'm going to send it to chat. Check it out. And you guys can test and let me know what you think. So you should get a aquint.com URL for most cities, but if you pick Melbourne or Sydney, you will get aquint.com.au. And if that passes testing, we can then go merge this pull request. In the meantime, I'm going to open yet another branch. No, actually, well, I'll do it on this commit, or on this branch. We can do that. Oh, I frickin' stopped the wrong process. We'll update some packages here. These are all just for linting. This shouldn't be a problem. Ooh, a warning, look at that. We have a security risk. What do you know? Super cool. I can do that. ESLint is very helpful for remembering things that you will never remember. So now this should pass lint. And it does. A little suspicious that a warning didn't break my build on Circle CI. Let's do the other ones. So React and React DOM are now both on 16.4.0, which updates a potential performance error that would has a memory leak that would really slow things down in some circumstances. On its surface, at least, it's for a function of React that we didn't use for this project, I don't believe, but probably still worth doing. So I just wanted to get that done. Update React dependencies. Thumbs up. And we will stage and commit and push, and we should see this build get updated. And that hash will change. Yeah. Cool. So tests will pass. Should pass. Who knows? I gotta say, of all of Microsoft's tools, GitHub is probably my favorite one. Too soon? Ooh, it failed. Goodness, what happened? Oh, 503 service unavailable. Oh, wow. Lots of things going on here. I'm just going to rebuild this. That might be some downtime from Yarn, confusingly. Sort of interesting to see, though, that for a relatively small project, I've already had 36 builds on CI, so builds that I've sent up to be effectively tested or in some way sent to source control. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. Yeah, looks like it worked that time. Great. Tests passed. Lint should pass. Build passed. Circle CI. Come on. Pending. It passed. On here, we should see a new build happen soon. Yes, this is now marked as passed. From which commit are we on? 99D0. Oh, it's already built. Is that right? That's crazy. Okay. Interesting. I wonder if I refresh this. That time seems a little early to me. 2:13. Yeah, okay. It was just deployed. That's a bug. Too soon. Okay, Andrew, Justin, did you guys get a chance to try that URL? Does it work? I think it works. If it doesn't work, we gotta fix it. I gotta fix it. Jobs for Sydney, point to aquint.com.au. Looks like it to me. Thoughts on adding the fragment content to the job module URL to jump directly to the content of the job. Oh, that's cool. We can do that. Wham. Yeah, I really like that. That's way better. And as it works out, pretty easy to do. I'll save that. We'll see my local build refresh here. Did I save it? I did save it. Why is it not refreshing? And actually, I think I want to put it before. I want to put it back here to be safe. Oh, that's why it didn't refresh. So now if I click this, it should open in a new tab and zoom down to the content bit. Nope, I put the link in the wrong place. Never mind, foot and mouth. Sweet, yes, that looks wonderful. That way you don't see this on every single job we go to. That's a very good change, Andrew, I like it. Even use your message as my commit. And we'll push that up, and you should have it shortly. You can watch the build go by. One's done. It's building. It's launched. Everything went well. You can dismiss that and open it. And now this is a live site, served over HTTPS, and if I click this, look at that, straight down to the content. Whamola, I'm gonna call that good. We're gonna merge this pull request. And delete that branch. And as is my way, I'm gonna open a release pull request. aquint.com.au URLs and zooming to content job pages. And I don't know if I've made a release label here. I did, what do you know? So I don't even need that. And I don't have projects or milestones set up in here. That's okay. And that's good, we can release that. We should see all the magic happen even. Heck, my staging build has barely finished. I wonder if it only does one build at a time. Downloaded compressed. I don't know if it actually minifies it. On the test app, it was about 48 megs. Yeah, 48.3. So perfect. Staging app is released. It's building the production app. Oh, man, I think I gave Andrew credit for Justin's change. Justin, awesome suggestion. Hell yeah, that worked really well. And it's now being released. And a quick build. And V6 is released, so I should be able to open this. This is the production app. And look at that. Sydney. Hit it. Quint.com.au. Sweet. Great job, everybody. That's actually a nice positive change. So, close some things down here. I'm not entirely sure what to tackle next, although I am going to update this ticket here. Oh, come on. There we go. Comment. I feel like JIRA, the designers of JIRA, made a slight mistake by making everything go horizontally instead of vertically, but, you know, I just like my Microsoft tools. This is released on the jobs microservice and will hit production when the microservice is included in our site build. Great. So I'm going to move that to resolved. And let's see. This one was another one that I wanted to look at. Secondary nav. This is one of those ones that I'm going to put this up to the top of in progress. I feel like I've fixed this a dozen times. Like this is a problem that has come up so many times, and I feel like I've fixed it over and over and over. But apparently not. So let's talk about it. Refresh this page. Please? Did it not refresh? Did it freeze? think it might have. Oh, right. Okay, good. All right, if I log in to Gymnasium, you will see that our secondary navigation has a funny hover behavior within courseware. So I'll go to @class. Ugh. And these guys, lesson, syllabus, instructor, all should ideally not have a hover behavior where they get underlined. So see that underline there? We don't want that. That comes from I can already tell this is going to be fun because they're for God's sake. Okay, this is going to be one of those ones, right? Man, maybe it's a border. Let's see what's going on here. No, there's no border being rendered. The text decoration style must be set. Yeah, it's being set to solid by a rule. Look at all this nonsense. Literally every single one of these is overridden except for this one, which has an important on it, which comes from that's a problem. Okay, so we are looking for course tabs. Tab. Let's see. Oop, I'm in the wrong project. Course tabs. Maybe tabs. Oh, what do you know? I call it tertiary navigation. I guess that's fair. Okay, we've got wrapper course material, course tabs, LIA, which should be this guy here. There you hover, text decoration none. Important. Now we get into a place where my importance are overriding each other. My importance, they're not all mine. I don't think it's going to make a difference. Why? What? Okay, what I'm trying to figure out is how that rule is being applied. So this text decoration style solid is coming from, oops. No. Oh, interesting. It's coming from wrapper, course tabs, A, focus, hover, B. Aha. What did I just do? What's happening? Whatever is going on in this world. Oh, no, I actually have a border bottom set on hover. Yeah, okay. Links in secondary nav with courseware currently shown underline when hovered on. This underline shouldn't appear. Get rid of the underline on hover. That's what the design calls for, and so it shall be. Boom. Say bye. And we don't need this. And for the sake of being thorough, I should compile my SAS, which will take a few minutes, but then we can push this thing into a pull request to be tested. One thing that I would love would be if I could make a standalone window become a tab in Chrome. I don't know how to do that. Pin tab. Nope, it doesn't work. Okay. I suppose I can just do like so. Please? 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 Wow, what is going on? Let this thing compile and do its thing. I should open another branch on my theme for this change. Bug, secondary, nav, hover. And we'll stash and reapply these changes. Remove underline on hover of border of secondary nav items. I'm going to commit that, but that may get amended, so I'm not going to push it until we actually test it. Waiting is the most fun part of all this. How we doing, stream? Boy, it's coming in fits and spurts here. I think that has to do with my RAM being maxed out, basically. Okay, almost done. We get to see if it worked. Did it work? Refresh the page. God. For some reason I can't click this window. There we go. The slowest refresh in the world. Did it work? Yep, that did it. Okay, we got rid of that underline. We're going to push some code. We'll open some pull requests and call that done. Oh, man, I did the same thing I did last time. That'll keep our build server busy for the day. Not for the day, but for a bit. Let's go move that ticket on the board. Where did it go? Did I close that tab? Okay, well, I can do that later. But I want to see the board. All right. This will go up to staging today. And I think that may be everything I wanted to tackle on stream as far as all that goes. This one's an annoying one. This is another one of those deal with CSS changes forever for such a small change, but we can get to that. Basically, everything is off by like, you know, a point or a pixel size here. Everything looks like it's the right typeface, but it's just sizing. Okay. Do I even want to bother with this on stream? I know this is going to be frustrating, and no, I do not. Because building CSS is not an exciting thing to do. So, instead, I'm going to spend a few minutes. Does it even make sense to do this? Oh man, this stream went by very quickly. Yeah, I don't know. What else I want to do here. There's a new CMS tool that I want to play around with, but I feel like I want to save that for an entire stream because we can get a little into some depth with it. And actually talk pretty thoroughly about what's going on there. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna. I think I'm gonna end the stream here. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks y'all for hanging out. I'm super glad the stream went as well as it did today. I know it was a bit of a mishmash cornucopia of things, but sort of in between projects for the stream at the moment. We'll start up on a new one next week, having to do with playing around with this new CMS that I alluded to and evaluating it as a tool to use. I'll go do a little bit of homework about it in the meantime, but I want to do most of my learning of the tool on stream. And we'll start to play with that. And I will tweet about the jobs module when that thing is live, so you can go and poke around with it in the real world when you're taking free classes on thegymnasium.com. With that, I'm going to take off. You guys all have a great afternoon and a good week, and I will catch you next Tuesday. Until then, see you guys.